Hello Orchid friends, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, staying healthy and staying safe. Today we're going to take a look at my bellina. This bellina is a wild cultivar, and I have a regular bellina, and then I also have two bellina alba. So I have a total of 4 bellinas in my collection, and this is the first bellina I got, and then I later got the regular cultivar bellina that most people know about, which is more rounded flower shape. This one is more skinny and tall, and with the tips of the flower petals to kind of arch back. That's why it got the name the wild form. It looks like it's dancing, but then in Asia they also call it the fire form because it looks like it's on fire, and it looks like the Chinese character, the fire character in Chinese. So this bellina pretty much is the same as the regular cultivar, the regular bellina. The smell, the blooming, sequential blooming capabilities, as well as just any kind of care, it's all the same. It's just that the flower looks a little different. This orchid has always been a very reliable bloomer. Every year it blooms for me. Sometimes it would put out 2 spikes, sometimes it would put out 1 long spikes and give me 2 to 3 flowers for that blooming cycle, and then it will keep that long spike and then elongate for the next bloom season to then grow another 2 to 3 buds. Here is a side-by-side comparison photo with my bellina alba. They all grow on the same level of the growing rack. And then later, pretty soon you'll see that there is another bellina that's in bloom right here. This is the regular bellina that most people know about. You know, the more rounded flower shape. The background, you see the wild form bellina and then the alba. They're all on the same level, like I said. So when they are in bloom, it's very easy for me to just take a bunch of photos with them side by side or being near each other, so you can kind of see the difference, the contrast. But back to this orchid, it has never been a fussy orchid, and it's so easy to grow. In fact, a lot of the times when I do bellina videos, I always get maybe 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 new orchid hobbyists asking me whether bellina is an easy orchid to take care of, to grow. My answer is yes. And the reason I say that is, it's not just because this orchid has never given me any issue, it's that this orchid is in the same room and on the same level, the same rack. I even have a couple grocery store Phalaenopsis orchid. They're all in pretty much the same proximity, and the care that I give to all these orchids are the same. So essentially, you can say that I treat my species orchids like grocery store Phalaenopsis orchid. And really, if you find your own method, and when you have that many orchids, you tend to just kind of find the best way for most amount of your orchids. And for me, that, now we're getting into a little bit more about the care. So for me, I give most of my orchid 1/4 cup of water, and this water is already has water soluble fertilizer in it, and then the dosage or the strength is also 25%. So that's what I do every week for these orchids. And then at the end of the month, the last watering cycle of the month, I do soak this orchid really well. And because you see I double cup it, so the inner cup, the second transparent cup is used as a saucer, and I would just fill up the pure water until pretty much, just right below the base of the orchid, and then let it soak for 10, 20, 30 minutes, sometimes even up to an hour, and then I will dump out the water. Gradually, I'm trying to phase out the Semihydro cups because I noticed that I prefer cups or containers with drainage holes at the bottom. Especially when I double cup it, it's just easier for me to drain out the water when there is drainage hole at the bottom. Whereas for semi-hydro cups, the drainage holes are on the side, and sometimes if I really want to dump out all the water, I have to tilt the cup so much just to drain out that tiny little bits of water. And to me, sometimes that's troublesome because sometimes pimples fall out, things like that. So I think gradually I'm gonna transition a lot of these semi-hydro cups to traditional setup, meaning drainage holes at the bottom. Okay. This orchid, let's take a look at the root system in this container. This container is a 16-ounce plastic container, and I still use plastic container, transparent plastic cups because they're easily purchased at any stores, big box stores, Target, Walmart. So it's easy. And the second benefit is I can see the roots. I still love seeing the roots, even though I'm pretty confident now that, I can just look at the leaves and the way that the orchid is doing. I can tell whether there is any root issue or not, but I still love observing how the roots are growing inside, so I still use transparent cup. And here you can see the newest leaf is also rather large, wide, and glossy. The older leaves can be glossy too if I wipe it down with a solution of, say, lemon juice and water, and the ratio can be 1:1 or 2 parts water, 1 part lemon juice. That'll work as well. If you think the 1:1 ratio is a little too strong, and just wipe down the leaves. Sometimes that'll help you get rid of, a lot of the times actually, it will help you get rid of a lot of the dirt and the chemical residues or pesticide or insecticides that orchid nurseries apply on these orchids, those white stuff. You can actually get rid of those pretty easily as well. I just don't do it. I just let the new leaf grow out to be shiny, but the old leaves, I just kind of let them be because, I have so many orchids. I really don't have the time to wipe down every single leaf. So occasionally when I repot them, I would just give them a quick rinse, and that's really the most I do with older leaves. Now, the bluish green color outer cup is decorative, but it's also to block out sunlight, so that way I can reduce the likelihood of algae forming inside the inner cup. That's about it. And then coming up is a comparison or side-by-side video I told you about. So this is from a year ago, and you can see the regular bellina, the wild form, the alba, and then you also see that I have 2 violaceas. This is the cerulean variety, and then the other one is the indigo. This is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!